All right. We didn't get no intro today.
Huh?
We didn't get no intro. Hit that intro. It's all good. Go.
A great marijuana, that is the purpose of this meeting, ladies and gentlemen.
Marijuana is referred to as Mary Jane, pot, weed, or tea.
That Michoacan, man, Acapulco gold, man. I even smoked that tight stick.
We're smoking reefer.
The realest thing smoking on the internet. The Podheads Web Show.
Little technical difficulties, so we're gonna have to check that out. We're here in the cipher with the Podheads. You already know how we do every Wednesday. Hashtag Weed Wednesday, right? WJHM102jams.com.
That's the radio station. Joy Boy, that's for you, bro.
Yeah, right there for you, Joy Boy. We love you, man. Here in the cipher with my best bud, JB Perez.
What's up? He said it. Hashtag Weed Wednesdays. Here we are once again, episode 115. Man, it's like I love it.
Time goes by so fast. Right? 115 weeks.
Wow.
Since we've been doing the live,
radio
since we've been with WJHM 102 Jams. So shout out to those guys. We really appreciate you. Seems like we got the ball rolling now and things are running smoothly. But yeah, so that's the station live every Wednesday. If you're listening, if you're watching live right now, it's actually not what's playing on the station. You're getting next week's episode. So you're lucky you get to watch behind the scenes of us do our thing. So we appreciate you. You know, this is when you get a chance to interact and chat and let us know what you think about what we're talking about. So like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff at Podheads Web Show.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yep. He said it.
We got Big Ace is
right. We're missing somebody,
in
right?
the cipher this week, but we have him here in spirit.
Look at it
in the virtual world. There you go.
Look at that. What's up, Big Ace?
Yeah, Big Ace.
What's that? What it do? What it be?
Yes, sir. So there you go. You have him. There he is. Big Ace is remotely connecting here with us because he's at home recovering, right?
Yeah. Right from a surgery, right? Was it a sex change or something? I think it was a sex change that you got. How'd that go?
You wish.
How are you feeling, Big Ace? How are you feeling?
I'm good. I feel a lot better than I expected.
Okay.
A little soreness.
Yeah.
I'm hoping I can retain some of this swelling, but other than that,
man,
retain some of this swelling.
If you don't know, for those who don't know, Big Ace had a C-section, a circumcision, a late stage circumcision for medical reasons. Now he wants to keep the swellingness. There you go.
There you go.
Hey, listen. You know, a little extra girth never hurt nobody except the chick.
Except the chick, yeah. And depends. Not only chicks. Let's keep it. We are equal opportunity.
Oh yeah,
right.
We are. Rainbow.
but I will say that while he's down there, why not? Right? Listen, Doc, while you're down there in the area, you mind just throwing in a couple inches, an inch or two on there. Yeah.
Oh man,
I'll take it. Why
don't think
not?
it works
right?
that way.
Maybe a couple bucks on the side.
I googled it.
A couple free car washes. All right, yeah. So, folks, it's going to be a fun one. You know, Big Ace is here in the cipher with us online. JB's here. We're going to have fun.
Yeah.
We're going to talk Ghislaine Maxwell. Why? Because we got to, right? Don't forget what is going on with her and Epstein. Just because he killed himself doesn't mean that her and everybody else is on the list.
Epstein
but the question
didn't kill
here,
himself.
Yeah, that's true too.
Great point.
Just because he allegedly killed himself. Anyway, we got to talk about it, right? And this list of co-conspirators, right? Did Ghislaine Maxwell just blow the bombshell off of like
the Illuminati?
Yeah, exactly, right? Did she just expose the Illuminati? So we'll get more into that later. But apparently, there's been a list of co-conspirators who are legit people, companies, names that you would recognize every day.
Surprising.
We're going to talk about xenobots, robots, living robots, like legit living robots. So that's going to be cool. We're also going to find out what's the latest country to talk about legalizing weed. At least there's a plan in place. That and much more.
Absolutely.
But before we do this, as we always, let's do this as we always do.
There it is. Tongue
And
twister from the podhead.
Hey.
Shout out to our boy Papa Bear.
Papa
C's
Bear in the
rolling it up
house.
for us. Thank you, sir.
C's is
Go
just
for
like
it.
a big, warm ball of good energy.
You
I
do
like
your
having
thing,
C's
and I'll
around.
be doing mine over
Thank
here.
you.
Yes, what you smoking on, Big Ace? Anybody got light?
Oh, I got a little
Thank you, sir.
what is it? A chocolate cherry live resin.
Ooh, sounds fancy.
Ooh, pinkies up, huh?
Yeah, you know.
What is it? Is it bud or is this like a wax or something?
Oh, it's a live resin.
Oh,
Wax
he's
action, you know.
He's dabbing.
Stuff
yeah,
right
he's
here.
he's up there.
So you're dabbing. Nice, very nice.
All right,
You know, Big Ace and JB love to dab,
I do.
and you
I
know,
prefer the Dabaruski.
I prefer a blunt. I mean, I probably need to get into dabs to save my lungs a bit, but yeah.
It is a different type of high, especially how fast you get there. Like you dab, you're gonna you're gonna get there a lot faster. Blunt might take you a little bit, or the progression is slower. At least for me, that's what it is. I ain't got time, baby. 2021. Time's a ticking. I need that dab.
That is what's
get
wrong
right.
with this generation. It's all about
Go.
instant satisfaction.
Yep.
All about instant gratification.
Dab it.
Yeah. So anyway, look. So let's talk. What we came here.
Yeah,
to
let's
talk,
let's
right?
do that
You wanna
first.
get right into it.
it.
I don't know where we're at time wise, but
Perfect.
okay, great. Yeah, so let's
Give me
get
that
right
first
into
clickbait.
it. Our first clickbait, JB. You had some good
Clickbait!
news for us.
I
right?
thought so. You know that we had the week in weed, and anytime we have weed news in the news, I like to share it, especially when it's good news. Here's the headline. Clickbait is what got me. Germany, boom, bang, boom. Germany's going to legalize marijuana.
Hey,
Hells.
Dutchland.
Deutschland, Deutschland,
Expectancy Dutch.
I hope so. I hope it becomes the true Dutchland because it would make it the first Western country, especially in Europe, who legalize marijuana across the board. Granted, our producer Cash was like, slow down, they're not legalizing. Okay, yes, you're right. If you don't know, Germany just elected.
They formed like a new government. Right? Yeah.
Exactly. Their old government basically is out, and a new government, which they called a coalition, is in. And real quick, just to give you guys some learned points, it was interesting how this became a thing. So the party that was the old regime was going ahead against the new regime, and they were head to head. So I believe the SPD. I don't have my notes here, but the new regime basically said, okay, we're so close head to head that we need the coalition. Let me get the Green Party.
I think it was the SPD, social something
like that.
Yeah,
they grabbed the Green Party. They grabbed basically everybody else who was left of other parties and said, hey, if you join us to beat the current coalition,
are you kidding me?
Let's do it. And boom, they did it.
Are you kidding me? It seems so simple.
Right?
You take all the other parties that can't get fair representation in politics, right, in Washington.
And come join in. Let's create the coalition.
Super PAC,
coalition. And they did. And one of the first things they said they're going to do as a coalition is legalize marijuana. That's where the energy is coming from. That's where the excitement is coming from. A new government and their leaders like, yeah, we plan on legalizing it. Yeah. So I expect it to be legalized at least 2022.
Yeah, from what I understand, they are working up legislation.
There you go.
To set differences between medical, recreational. I even heard that they're actually working. This has actually made me think of Cash, our producer, because I found out that they're even working on a system to where patients or users of any drugs can take those drugs to testing sites so where they can test the purity and make sure that if you want to do heroin, fine. It's going to make sure it's not
going to kill you.
Dose,
Right.
You know, you want to slap on a fentanyl, you know what I mean?
We talk about it all the time. Big ups to Germany, man.
So Germany's thinking ahead of the curve, right? Like, of course, you don't want to advocate or you don't want to promote the use of any illicit drug or anything that can harm somebody, but people are going to do what they want to do. I've talked about this before about how America's a very young country and we're still a very young culture. And some of these cultures, these cultures and countries have been around for thousands of years. We're not even 300 years old.
Yeah.
So some of these cultures have been around and have done the thing, have done the control, have done the democracy, have done the communist thing. And they're evolving and finding new ways. I mean, this has got to be, I don't know if it hasn't been done before, but I love this. I mean, this is historic. 3 different parties joining together for common sense.
Exactly.
Right? And now it's leading to legalization of cannabis in one of the largest countries in the world.
Going to Germany, baby.
Yeah. Oh, I'm all in.
Deutschland, here we come, bro. I know we got
we
time,
need-
but let's get
We
that
need to
other
take
clickbait.
notes here in the United States. We need these libertarians and the Green parties, all these other jokers. Take notes. Y'all want to get your foot in the door? Sometimes you gotta work together.
Exactly.
Yeah, 100%, bro.
All right, go ahead.
So next clickbait.
Yep.
Big story here. This one is actually really pretty trippy.
It is
know that I get down with the science stuff. We're kind of nerds on the podheads, especially when it's like really trippy stuff. But we talked about it before. The world's first living robots, right?
Yeah.
These are a thing, okay?
Yeah.
If you haven't heard about it before, they're called xenobots. And they were created a few years ago, but these are literally robots that were formed from stem cells, not robots, but they're living tissue, formed from stem cells from African clawed frogs. Okay. And they take their T cells and then they basically bunch them up together and program them. I mean, it's pretty crazy how you think about this. I do have a clue on how it works, but ultimately, just to give you the skinny on it, they program these living robots to have a purpose, to serve a purpose, to do something, and they do it. Well, the big news today is that these robots are now reproducing. So they've been programmed to make other xenobots
of themselves, right?
Well, I don't know. Good thing or bad thing. Some people might think, oh my God, Skynet, it's taking over. It's here.
Worse than Skynet.
But it could be a good thing. First of all, we got a video.
Yes.
Let's play the video of how xenobots work. Not that one. The first one. Then I got to mix. Yeah. Okay. So you saw it right there. Pretty crazy. The xenobots, they're called, less than a millimeter wide, bro. So they're tiny little biobes. They were first invented in 2020 after experiments showed that they could move, work together in groups, and self-heal. These little popcorn chicken little things,
look like
little popcorn shrimp little things are actually they're programmable robots. And they use the frog cells because the frog's ability to reproduce at such a fast rate. And so now basically what they've done is that they program these robots, and we're up against it. So I'll just give you the quick. They program these robots to make more robots. So in the next video, before we pull it up, I'll just tell you the next video, what you're going to see is these little, they look like little popcorn shrimp, basically moving around as they're programmed to, grabbing other T cells and making their other. So in the first video, you saw the painstaking process of manually making these xenobots, but now
That's it. You only got to make one, essentially.
Exactly. And now they're going to be able to reproduce themselves. So multiplying this into applications into the millions. Check out the video.
You literally only have to make one.
Looks like a little popcorn chicken. I swear I got to get hungry every time I watch this video.
Whoa, somebody needs a lung over there.
Yeah, for real.
We'll go to break and I'll talk a little bit more about it because we only have
I'll just say
all we have after this is.
So that's what they're doing. They're going in a circle and it's making another one.
Yeah, crazy.
Yo.
I'll say something about Pac-Man real quick.
Yeah.
You say it looks like popcorn chicken. I say it looks like Pac-Man. The baka, 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 baka. That's what it looks like.
Listen, we gotta go to break. When we come back, we're gonna finish up on this and then get into the Podheads Court of Public Opinion.
Do it.
We'll be right back. It's the Podheads.
The Tiberius Show would like to thank Boggy Creek Airboat Adventures for being one of our sponsors. I got to go on an airboat and saw a real gator. I even got to go to the gem mine and mine for some gems. We ate a steak dinner at the restaurant and even got some gator rights. If you want to have a blast with the entire family, I suggest you go to www.bcairboats.com right now. Get your tickets today. The website again is bcairboats.com. Oak Ridge Gun Range is a family-oriented shooting range that has been in business for over 30 years. They specialize in basic firearm training and offer numerous services such as consignments, gun trades, gunsmithing, and concealed weapon classes. I even got my training for gun safety at Oak Ridge Gun Range. Great customer service, and firearm safety is what they do best. So find out more at oakridgegunrange.com. Mid-State Fire has been providing top-quality fire equipment services for 3 generations to the Central Florida area. Don't wait for an emergency to repair. Call Mid-State Fire today at 407-246-8855. Get your fire extinguishers and emergency lighting for both your home and businesses by visiting www.midstatefire.com. That number again is 407-246-8855.
The Tiberius Show would like to thank one of their dedicated sponsors, Custom Designs Orlando. These guys are on Mills Avenue and do all sorts of stuff, ranging from photo ID badges, engraved signs, custom braille ADA signs, vinyl lettering to trophies and awards. The cool part about Custom Designs is they can ship products all over the United States. You can reach them at 407-898-0373 and tell them that
Tiberius
sent you.
Hey, there you go. You already heard it. Tiberius. That's a cool kid, man. We watched the show. He's doing all kinds of things. He interviews all kinds of famous people around Central Florida. So if you're into what's happening in Central Florida, or you got some kids that are into, definitely check out Tiberius' show. WJHM102jams.com every week Wednesday. There's all kinds of cool shows on there. You can watch all of our episodes on there also, or listen to all of our episodes on there. Also, anywhere you get your podcast, Podheads Web Show. It doesn't matter if it's iTunes, if it's iHeart, if it's I don't know about SiriusXM, but
one day
Apple, Android. You can find us. Just Google it, Podheads Web Show. Like, subscribe.
No excuse.
Comment. Let us know how you feel. Reach out.
For real.
We love to connect with our people. That being said, shout out to everybody watching on Facebook and Instagram, YouTube, all that stuff. I see people out there. Usually when we're all on the site, we have people chatting. We're a little shorthanded today, but we do see you and we really do appreciate you.
Yes. Thank you.
Anyway, I wanted to talk a little bit more about these robots. So robot or organism, right? That's the question. Okay, so here's what I got. So stem cells, they're unspecialized cells, right? And we've heard about this to help people with spinal cord injuries, and it's been a lot of what do you call it? A lot of debate about it, right? Because where you come from. Okay. So anyway, these they have the ability to develop into different cell types. cell types, right? So these xenobots were researched from the frog embryos and left them to incubate. So most people think of robots as made of metals and ceramics, but it's actually not so much a robot is made of that. Basically, it's organic, but it's the way the robot is made. It's clearly an organism made genetically unmodified from a frog. But what it is that they're able to code that DNA to follow a script, to follow a program. So when they code that DNA to run around, do circles, and build other robots, the meaning behind that, right? That's what we want to get to. What's the application? Why is this important? Who cares about xenobots other than the fact that they're cool? They look cool as shit.
It's the future, man.
Well, they're less than 1 millimeter wide. And you can program to do anything, like go into a person's bloodstream and attack all of their cancer cells, or go into a person's bloodstream, into a person's spinal cord and mimic whatever's broken in there, right? Go to a person who's got brain injuries, go into a person who's got nerve injuries and repair it. Basically, anything you want it to do, it can replace it, do it. It can reproduce, for Pete's sake. And now that it doesn't take them to do it manually, they're going to be able to reproduce these xenobots by the millions, which is what they're going to need to actually use them.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, they said they were in this article that I read, they said they could use it to help clean up the oceans. They can help use it. Yep. They can use it to help radioactive waste. Can use it to treat people inside the body.
Yeah,
so
these are some of the biggest issues that humans have been dealing with in the last 100 years, 200 years, whoever. And these and clean water, these little chicken nuggets, these little Pac-Mans, bro. This is the beginning of a movie right here. Like, God, we are at the cusp of something really cool, man.
Or we all die.
Or they take over
Terminator.
and they just like, yeah.
That's gonna fake it, but it's gonna go beyond that.
Man, you just got to be careful with this shit.
Yeah, if it turns into too much, like they just Skynet us and they just start going in our bodies and exploding us from the inside out and all that crazy shit, that'll suck.
Yeah,
but
I'll take the win here. You know, I'll stay glass half full here.
Sure.
Yeah. So
yeah, I'm
anyway,
all about it. I'm all about it.
Next one, clickbait.
Clickbait.
Hit
Next
that
one.
button. Clickbait.
Crazy. I'm trying to find my article.
This one is pretty crazy.
I gotta find it here.
Not surprising, though.
What's that?
Not surprising. This story is pretty crazy, but not surprising.
No,
at all.
not surprising at all. Anyway, I'll give you the skinny because I can't find my notes. But the idea is that North Korea, North Korea, you already know it is a place where it's not friendly to freedom or free thought or anything like that. Well, South Korea is almost the opposite, right? Well, the big hit show, Squid Game, came from South Korea. And North Korea is not too big fans of South Korea or anybody else for that matter.
Not quite.
Well, Kim Jong-un is actually punishing 8 students, or 8 students were caught watching this show, Squid Game, and were punished by their government. The person who sold it, there was basically somebody went to China and put Squid Game on a thumb drive. So went to China, put Squid Game on a thumb drive, sold it to one of these kids, and then these kids watched it, told his friends about it. Next thing you know, the whole damn class is watching this thing, right?
Damn.
So what happens? They dime their kids out, right? Somebody tells on them.
Kim Jong-un,
Problem with kids. They don't know how to keep
tell
shit to
on them,
themselves.
right? Say what?
The kids, they don't know how to keep stuff to themselves. That's how the teachers get caught. That's how all these kids get caught up in messes because they don't know how to keep their mouth shut.
At 100%. So somebody spills the beans, right? And what happens? These kids are detained, all but one of them, who apparently bribed like the secret government or whatever for like $3,000. So a rich kid got off.
Yeah.
Just like always.
Yeah, exactly. Happens everywhere, I guess.
7 of these kids are punished, going to prison for a minimum of 5 years hard labor.
Watching
5 years hard labor.
5 years hard labor.
Watching a movie.
For watching Squid Game.
That's
for watching
fucking
a Netflix
ridiculous.
series.
Again.
On top of that, the person who sold the thumb drive is going to be dying by firing squad. They're going to kill his ass.
You see?
That's
I want to watch this show even less now.
That's right. Big Ace has not seen Squid Game. That is it's North Korea, right? We all, not surprising. It's great. But to kill the kid, these are kids, right? Teenagers, high school kids. Like, this is not no grown people. Like, you are really trying to set an example, Mr. King
You're
Jong-un.
gonna shoot a dude by firing squad for watching a video or for selling a video. It's
For
not
smuggling it in. And from what you told me, it's
nothing
not just that,
crazy.
right? Like, the whole school got locked
Yeah.
up.
Oh, bro. I found the article. It's from Radio Free Asia. If you want to look it up yourself. But North Korea sentenced to death a man who smuggled and sold copies of Netflix Squid Game. Right. The students. Okay. What? Some of the teachers. Okay. Some of the teachers are losing their jobs.
See?
I think the principal got dismissed. The teacher of the classroom got banished
To the outskirts.
like
of
the outskirts of North
Exactly.
Korea, bro.
That's
Get out of Korea. Go
Yeah.
live in the jungle.
Yeah, like I can't believe they're still doing that.
Yeah.
So the censors, the country censors are called, they're in 109 Sangmu. They received the tip-off. That's the name of their little thing. And that's how they found out, man. They went and that was that. And now like experts who wrote this, who are talking about that they interviewed for this article, are saying that this is only getting started. These kids are going to be brutally
like interrogated. Right? Yeah.
Teachers, they're going to be beaten. There's people's lives are going to be destroyed. Like I said, it's funny as hell, but these people's lives are ruined because somebody watched a freaking TV show and an awesome one at that, Big Ace.
Yeah, you need to see it. That is, it's lunacy to think that human beings are killed for watching a movie when we are here, like filming a movie. Like we can't even like fathom what it is to be killed for watching a movie. Granted, it's North Korea, right? And we know what's going on, but isn't that counterproductive to your people? Like, I know you're trying to set these things, but now you've got kids smuggling thumbprints with the thumb drives, excuse me, at the consequence of death, and still willing to do it. You understand? Like this is not good for you, North Korea. This is not a good example, especially now that the world knows about it. Your people got to know about it too, right?
Yeah, this is actually the first arrest that has involved students since this new law was passed a few years ago called the Elimination of Reactionary Thought and Culture. So basically,
they got a department for it?
Yeah, it was like, actually, it came last year. It's a law that carries a maximum penalty of death for watching, keeping, or distributing media from capitalist countries, particularly South Korea and the United States.
So they're not even, they're making no frills about it. They're telling you that you are dead if you watch a movie from these countries. And again, I think it makes to my point. People are still willing to do this, to watch the movie because the country's so oppressive. It's not.
Big Ace, people are dying to watch this show, literally, and you refuse.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you got to watch the damn show.
I'm standing in solidarity with those people that were killed. Fuck that.
That was too soon.
Man. You know what?
Died yet.
That to me
but
is
yes, he's supposed to be put to death via firing squad.
No, he's as good as dead, and his family is good as dead.
I feel bad, right? That's terrible.
They're gonna find out how he smuggled it, who smuggled it in. Like they're going balls deep into this and trying to find. Like they take this seriously. They have a department in their government for this exact
there's a wall up right now because of COVID. The country's sealed. Nobody's supposed to be getting in or out.
Period.
So they need to find. They're trying to find out how the hell somebody.
So this is like extra sneaky
China.
shit.
Yeah.
So again, my point again, motherfuckers are doing extra sneaky shit, willing to die for a movie.
What is that? Joker is driving his booty hole.
Booty hole.
Bro, he is the petty Freddy of world leaders.
I'm telling you,
people. The petty Freddy of world leaders. This Joker's killing people for watching the video.
The pettiest. Yeah. You get the trophy for the world's pettiest.
I'm telling you, there's going to be a revolution. There's a revolution everywhere for you. North Korea, bro, from within, because this is nuts. This is
it gives you perspective. I don't know where we're at on time. But it gives you perspective. You know, we're very much critics of this country's government or current and past governments, right? That doesn't mean we don't love this country, right? This country is still a beautiful place. What the principles in which we stand on are still freaking excellent, and it can always be worse. It can be better. It can be much better. but it can always be freaking worse. The most we got is a little FBI warning when you bootleg a little tape or something.
Exactly.
So Netflix cancels your password account. We can deal with that. First world problems. People are getting killed over this kind of stuff.
Squad.
So, I really hope that we see some change. At least
Cancel Squid Game. They're gonna cancel Squid Game.
It's Squid Game's fault. Cancel Squid Game.
What I take of it is that people are willing to do seemingly dumb things, right? But it's more about the principle. It can't be about Squid Game. It can't be about Squid Game. It's about fuck them. I'm watching Squid Game. I think that they're North Korea. Watch out. Watch out, North
Revolution.
Korea. Here we come.
All right, look, we got to go to break. When we come back, we're going to have the Podheads Court of Public Opinion. Court is in session. We'll be right back here inside with the Podheads.
See David Smith Law.com.
You can call him at 407-801-2667.
Wait, you are not Chuck.
My dad can help when people get hurt. He loves to help.
If you are ever injured at work or in a car accident, you should call my friend Chuck.
You can call him at 407-801-2667.
That website again is cwsmithlaw.com.
Offices, Orlando.
Does it actually have that much W's?
Over 40 years, Lighthouse Central Florida has provided education, independent life skills, and job training to thousands of Central Floridians who live with blindness or any degree of vision loss. Whether it's picking out clothes in the morning or just moving around your community and serving Orange, Seminole, and Osceola counties, contact Lighthouse Central Florida at 407-898-2483 or visit them online at lighthousecfl.org. Aw, Dad, my computer's slow again and I can't play my games.
Call Your Computer Solutions today and we will scan for viruses and clean that computer up remotely and make it fast again. Our phone number is 407-826-0810.
Thanks, Dad. My computer's fast again. Now I can do my homework. Thanks for calling Your Computer Solutions at 407-826-0810. Oak Ridge Gun Range is a family-oriented shooting range that has been in business for over 30 years. They specialize in basic firearm training and offer numerous services such as consignments, gun trades, gunsmithing, and concealed weapon classes. I even got my training for gun safety at Oak Ridge Gun Range. Great customer service, and firearm safety is what they do best. So find out more at oakridgegunrange.com.
All right, you're back in the cypher with the Podheads. It's pretty smoky in here.
It's danky in the cypher.
Yeah, JB is feeling it. He's having a good time. WJHM1TJams.com, all that good stuff at Podheads Web Show, all over social media. We're also, I'd be remiss if I didn't say we're sitting here in the Division Studios, hanging out with our boy Cash and C's. I'm lit. Yeah, I'm feeling great.
Yeah, great bud.
All right, so it's time, folks. I won't delay. Let's go ahead and bring the court to session. All rise. Hit my intro. Order. No, don't. Anyway,
don't.
At The Office. I love The Office. Big fan of The Office. Anyway, guys, court is in session. We are having fun with this. We got a gavel in the house just because we like to make noise. But court is in session, guys. We've got JB versus Big Ace yet again. Facing off in court, arguing for what I thought was an interesting case. We're already getting some good reviews about this court of public opinion. If you got a story, if you're wondering, hey, am I an asshole for feeling this way? Am I a jerk for this? Is my friend a douchebag? Am I wrong in my relationship? My wife won't do this. Holler at us. We will take it to court and we will tell you. And we will sentence their ass.
Who you want to argue your case?
Yeah, exactly. You can pick who you want to argue your case. JB, Big Ace. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and read today's court case. I've submitted him to both our defense and prosecution. ahead of time so that they could prepare. But here we go. I'll try to get through this quick for you, folks. Time-wise, I want to make sure we're keeping track. Okay, here we go. I, 38. It's called Would I Be? I got this from the Reddit page, Would I Be the Asshole? And it's Would I Be the Asshole for not telling my siblings about their true paternity and taking everything in my dad's will? Okay. All right, so here it goes. I, 38, have been not communicating with my dad for two younger siblings for many years. My dad always treated me like crap because he was convinced that my mom cheated on him, because she did a lot, and trapped him into a shitty marriage, and that I was not his biological child. All right. For my 13th birthday, my dad bought me a paternity test, and even though the test results came back that I am indeed his, he accused me or my mother of sleeping with the test guy.
What? Okay, sorry.
I have also done an ancestry DNA test and also matched with all his relatives. So I'm pretty sure that unfortunately he is my biological dad. All right. I've known for a long time that my younger sister was not my dad's. So there's one thing. When I did my ancestry DNA test, my sister wanted to get one too. My mom freaked, admitted her indiscretion, and begged me to convince my sister it was a waste of money and not to bother. She just gave her sister a copy of the results. Okay. I recently got a notification about an ancestry DNA match. I looked it up, and it looks like my brother's ex-wife got one of the kits for both of my brother's kids. And lo and behold, my brother's kids only seem to share relatives from my mom's side.
Oh, so she's the... Okay, go ahead, continue.
So my brother and sister have been really shitty to me for years. So basically, she's realized that her brothers aren't her dad's kids.
Her actual kids, right.
Yeah, so she's the only
true
biological child of this man that she has been estranged from for years. All right. My brother and sister have been really shitty to me for years. Comments about how I owed their dad for him putting a roof over my head as a child, and how dare I, where's the rest? How dare I, let's see here. My bad. Lost my place. Recently got a notification. My brother and sister have been really shitty to me. Okay. And how dare I accept items from their grandmother's estate, etc. Basically saying you don't deserve none of this because you're not his. I put up with it for years because they're younger and honestly not that bright. I thought that they'd come around eventually. My dad made sure in a drunken fight with my mother to give me a copy of his will. Still have it, so that I knew that he had put a stipulation in there about his estate being divided amongst his biological children only. Excuse me. So basically, he's saying that he put in his will that only his biological children will get his estate, get anything that's owed to them. And he made sure that she was given this as another shot at her, like, so you're not my biological child, so I'm not going to give, you're not getting nothing, right? Okay. So she said, I know that he has not changed his will since because his mental capacity has changed. Would I be an asshole if I did not tell my siblings and just let this play out at the will reading? Take everything, kick them out of the family home. I would also be setting up funds for my nephew since my loser brother doesn't pay child support. He said, my husband thinks that this is stooping to their level as they both rely on the estate currently for survival, so this will ruin them. They have no education or way to support themselves currently, but I kind of want to stoop.
Yeah. All righty.
All right. Well, folks, who's defending who in this? Because I forgot.
I say stoop.
Okay. So Big Ace is taking the low road. I will give you the floor, sir.
Oh, okay.
You ready? Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, listen. At the end of the day, he's getting exactly what he wanted, right? His only his biological children. It's not my fault that I'm the only biological child and they're not, right? So now it's payback for all the years of torture, all the years of abuse, all the years of being treated like shit, when in actuality, I'm the only one entitled to this. Yes, I'm taking everything I'm entitled to. And here, now what's good for the goose is good for the gander. At the end of the day, if the shoe was on the other foot, she would be without nothing because They thought she wasn't the biological child. Now that she is, now she's like, okay, here, Dad, and you, I will grant you your dying wish. Only your biological children will get anything. I got this.
I am a little pasty here. I see myself. We'll fix that next
like
time.
Casper. It's okay. No big deal. There.
Listen,
with the camera.
listen. Are you done? I want to make sure you're done because.
Go ahead.
Okay, I will go ahead. First of all, you said that this is exactly what the father wanted. Hell no, this is not what the father wanted. Yes, okay. He was an asshole. He was trying to take a jab at her. No, only my biological children, meaning only these two over here, get my money. Screw you. That's what his intention was. He just wrote it wrong. For all intents and purposes, he just made a mistake. So truthfully, this is not what the father wanted. That's
No. Bullshit.
Absolute.
Hold on, because it wasn't about his whole issue of contention with her was because he believed she was not his biological child.
Correct.
Okay. So, and he said he wants only his biological children to get his money. She's his biological child just because he didn't know it. That's his fault. It's his fault for being an idiot.
That's a good point. But there will be an opportunity for cross-examination.
Okay.
Please allow JB to continue. Yes.
Exactly. Oh, Will, again, back to my point. He basically just made a spelling mistake. Mixed up some letters. Oh, Will is supposed to be a written document of my wishes. My wishes was to screw you, girl. Whether he knew or not that he did love her for whatever his own personal reasons, he did not want her to have anything of his. So if we're going by what a will is, my man wants his assets to go over here, and that is where the assets need to go.
Wow. Very passionately spoken. Both JB and Big Ace. You both have very, very good points. I'll give you both an opportunity here now, Big Ace. If you would like to cross-examine, try and get him to, ruin his own argument, question, anything like that, Big Ace.
It's real simple.
Final argument.
He wanted his biological children to get his money, right?
No.
Hold on. Listen to me. Hold on.
For the letter of the document.
He wanted because he believed that these two were his biological children and she was not. So his way of sticking it to her, instead of saying, I want these two to get my money and not you, he said, I want only my biological children to get my money. Right? First of all, he did it to himself. Second of all, if that's the case, legally, the biological child is the only one entitled to it anyway, unless otherwise specified. He wanted his biological child to have his money. Just because he didn't know she was actually his biological child, he thought otherwise, doesn't mean anything. If he was absolutely certain that she was his biological child and the other two were not, he would have given it all to her.
Do you think it would have made a change of heart? JB, do you think it would have made any difference to him if he would have known?
Not a lick of difference. Well, okay, I'll take you know what? I take that back. I take that back. As a man, as a child, if he knew, it might have softened the blow. But that's not what we are arguing today here in court, okay? I don't have to ask him anything because he made my point for me. This man believed that she was not his biological. He wanted to stick it to her, so he wrote a piece of paper trying to stick it to her. What it turned out is that he made a mistake and he can't stick it to her. If we're going by that's what's wrong with the law. I'm trying to go, is it the letter or the spirit? Like what's right? Is it the letter of the law or the spirit of the law? What's right here? In this case, I say it's the spirit. He that wants my money over here, and that's where the money should go. Spirit.
Well, he should have been more specific. He said he wanted it to go to his biological children, and that's where it's going.
Spirit of the law.
Okay.
Spirit of the law.
I love it. Very, very well argued on both sides. I think I'm ready to make a ruling, ladies and gentlemen. I think I'm ready to make a ruling here. I will say this. Let me say this for both sides, for both points. I believe, based on the arguments that I heard and based on the evidence, I believe that it was the father's intent, that his intention was to leave money to all of his children except for the woman who's writing this post. I believe that that was his intention. I do. And I believe that he did not believe that she was his biological child. So when he wrote this legal document, he was intending to leave her shafted. Now, what I also believe is that this young lady was subjected to years of torture, psychological damage, and torture, and she's owed something for that. There's some kind of restitution for that. Now, you say spirit or letter of the law? I am very much a proponent of the spirit of the law. However, I have seen many an affluent, many an undeserving person take advantage of legal loopholes and letter of the law. So in this case, my ruling is actually going to be in favor for Big Ace, for Stupid, for the defense, or for the prosecution. So defense, excuse me, for the defense, because even though this man intended for his money to go to this, legally, the words in the legal document were biological children. She's the only biological child. She should get the money now. Maybe she would have some ethical responsibility to help them out a bit. Maybe sell the house and cut them in on a deal, something like that.
Hey, she said she was going to take care of her nieces and nephews.
This is true. She is going to take care of their children.
She did say
so
that.
I will, at Big Ace, I'm going to go ahead and lean on your favor and award this for the prosecution.
I tell you what, if he does come out of this coma he's what he is, he's going to change it. So she better hope that he stays right where he's at.
Okay,
and dies because
Cass is chiming in.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with the judgment.
Thank you.
So we're all, So we
the
were
jury
all
is satisfied.
It's because, whenever you do something out of spite like that, and then it backfires in your face because
karma.
Because of it's karma
It's
coming back
karma.
on you, and she's deserving of all of that money.
Exactly.
And,
That's a
me
good
personally,
point.
I wouldn't do it because of the fact, I would take 50% of it and then give them the other 50%.
Yeah, because it's your money. It's going to be your money.
Yeah, so I wouldn't personally be a dick like that, but she's fully within her rights to be a complete fucking. Yeah.
So is she the asshole? She's probably an
Justified.
Justified asshole.
She's an asshole, but she's well within her right to be the asshole this time.
All right.
So we got your bag there, sweetheart. Take the money and run. Potheads court here. 1-1 here.
Not guilty by reason of justifiable assholiness.
On that note, I think we should take a break and come back and talk Ghislaine Maxwell. I hope you enjoyed it. Another edition of the Potheads Court of Public Opinion. Because our opinion matters. We'll be right back as the Potheads.
The Tibia Show would like to thank Boggy Creek Airboat Adventures for being one of our sponsors. I got to go on an airboat and saw a real gator. I even got to go to the gem mine and mine for some gems. We ate a steak dinner at the restaurant and even got some gator rights. If you want to have a blast with the entire family, I suggest you go to www.bcairboats.com right now. Get your tickets today. The website again is bcairboats.com. Mid-State Fire has been providing top-quality fire equipment services for 3 generations to the Central Florida area. Don't wait for an emergency to repair. Call Mid-State Fire today at 407-246-8855. Get your fire extinguishers and emergency lighting for both your home and businesses by visiting www.midstatefire.com. That number again is 407-246-8855. Over 40 years, Lighthouse Central Florida has provided education, independent life skills, and job training to thousands of Central Floridians who live with blindness or any degree of vision loss. Whether it's picking out clothes in the morning or just moving around your community and serving Orange, Seminole, and Osceola counties, contact Lighthouse Central Florida at 407-898-2483 or visit them online at lighthousecfl.org.
The Tiberia Show would like to thank one of their dedicated sponsors, Custom Designs Orlando. These guys are on on Mills Avenue and do all sorts of stuff, ranging from photo ID badges, engraved signs, custom braille ADA signs, vinyl lettering to trophies and awards. The cool part about Custom Designs is they can ship products all over the United States. You can reach them at 407-898-0373 and tell them that
Tiberius
sent you.
Yeah.
All right, you're back in the side with the podheads. Just doing a thing here,
I hear
studying some notes. Man, it's crazy what is happening in the news with this whole Ghislaine Maxwell trial. And that's, basically
I'm glad.
the big thing we want to talk about. Yeah, it
started.
It's crazy.
It's here.
They didn't allow any media in the courtroom, so that's why they only have, allow any cameras in the courtroom.
Sure.
There is media in the courtroom. They did not allow any photography. And for
they
a
went
reason.
old school with it. Old school with the little painter.
Exactly.
Is that what it is?
It's federal. It's federal, and I believe there is some sort of discretion necessary because some of these witnesses that are going to be giving testimony in the upcoming weeks are going to have their identity protected. Some of them are going by Jane Doe, quite literally. So it's pretty intense, right? There's already been the first person who's given testimony. I believe her pilot. I can't remember the name of this guy.
Yeah.
But I think we have an image of him up there. This guy, and we'll talk about him in a second. But
he looks like a pervy pilot.
Well, you could bring him down. I'll bring him back. I'm up here in a second. But basically, let me give you if you don't know what's going on, right? Ghislaine Maxwell, she was the right hand woman, right? She was Jeffrey Epstein's, right hand. He was his girl, his confidant. Yeah. They traveled the world, and basically, she's being accused on federal charges right now of helping him abuse underage girls, right? Grooming them, right? Selecting them, and just getting them to feel comfortable and putting them in these situations.
She was grooming them,
and Epstein abused for over 20 years, from 94 to 2004. So all kinds of, you've seen the documentaries, right? All kinds of reports and stories have come out. Epstein killed himself, or at least reportedly killed himself, in a Manhattan maximum security prison by himself. Anyway, long story short, she's now on trial for sex trafficking as his right hand. Yeah. Anyway, number 2. Well, in recent news, a list came out, and we're gonna wait to pull up the document, but basically in recent news, a list came out of so-called co-conspirators accusing all types of high-profile people of being involved. Yeah. And
big names.
Yeah, we'll definitely get to that. But I wanted to talk a little bit about this pilot here, because I can't remember the name of this dude. But he was the first, I'm pulling it up right now. He was the first, pull up that image of this young man, because he was the pilot for Jeffrey Epstein for over 20 years.
For the whole time. He was there.
Yeah. And he was the guy who was flying him around all over the over the world.
Lolita Express.
Yeah,
the Lolita Express.
The pilot of the Lolita. Yeah, that's kind of messed up because Vysotsky, that's the guy's name. I can't. I'm struggling to find the damn guy's first name, but he's a pilot. Been there for 20 years for him. Vysotsky, he was the first witness. Yeah. And this guy actually helped, even though he was a witness for the prosecution, actually helped the defense a little bit, because he said, although he flew this guy and many presidents and many celebrities all over the world and all over to exotic places, he claims he never saw any children underage on the plane who weren't accompanied by their parents. He never saw any sex, inappropriate actions, heard anything inappropriate. He said he never saw any condoms in the trash bin. Nothing like that. Lube, sex toys, nothing like that. And they deliberately asked him these things. He also said that he walked, Lawrence Vysotsky, thank you. Also said that he would, use the bathroom often, walk through the plane. That most times the door was locked, but he moved about freely.
Okay. I'm not terribly upset at that. I think I understand why the prosecution picked him first. I think they're trying to set up a story, a time frame, a beginning point and an end point. Here's our first witness. You know, people. This is the beginning point of the abuse. This airplane, whether it happened on the airplane or not, it started here. I saw the testimony. He named a lot of names that we know. He said Bill Clinton was on this plane. He said Donald Trump was on this plane. Now, granted, he also said, I didn't see shit. But again, they're setting up a story. They're setting up the platform for what's to come next. And that's how I think it's happening.
Absolutely. 100%. So there's another victim, and you can bring it down, but there's another victim here. And I think we got images too we got images of this guy with famous people. Bill Clinton, don't forget about that. You said, and you can just go down the list. There's plenty of them on there. Donald Trump,
Prince Edward,
look at that. Prince Andrew. Prince Andrew with one of the victims who was in the documentary. I forget her name, but she came forward saying when she first met him when she was 17 with Frey. Dufresne, excuse me. So and look at there, you have Trump. And he's surprised I got a lot of pictures with Naomi Campbell. I don't know what that is, but it was a socialite. That doesn't mean everybody around him was involved. And look at that. So, but there are some conspiracies that say that she's part of this ring too, that she would help. A lot of them were models being scouted as models. That's what the stories that they said. The day after the first testimony was given, minor victim number 1, identified with a court pseudonym as Jane, testified basically that she met Maxwell and Epstein at the age of 14 and described in graphic detail incidents of sexual abuse by Epstein that Maxwell would at sometimes join in on, both in Palm Beach, Florida, and Manhattan when she was 14, 15, and 16 years old. So, in the defense, they say that the memories are tainted, that the media has tainted these people's memories. They're claiming that she's innocent.
There's no tainting a 14-year-old who gets abused. Like that's I wouldn't know for sure, but you don't forget. You don't forget that kind of stuff. You don't forget who did it to you, how it happened, and when it happened. And I know it happened multiple times, right? So that stuff is sticking with you your entire life. Yeah, I believe all of them.
Between New York and Florida. So how is he, you know what I mean? Like, so they're just traveling back and forth with these young girls?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, they were flying them out sometimes on the plane, sometimes flying them out separately. Yeah. Again, it didn't always happen on this airplane.
And again, it didn't always, every person that walked up those stairs of that Lolita Express was not involved or wasn't abused, okay? That's why I say this is the starting point. Some models were there to model shit, okay? Some 14-year-olds were there to get abused and raped, okay? So that's what's happening here. That's the story.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, this guy Foskowski is important to the defense and prosecution because this guy can corroborate who was on that plane. People like Bill Clinton, and people like Donald Trump. And now he says, "Look, how can I remember there were so many people on this plane? I don't remember this girl who claimed she was on that plane. Of course, I'm gonna remember an ex-president. Of course, I'm gonna remember a supermodel, but I can't remember every person that's on this plane. So he can't say he's been really no help." Going against
I'm not mad. He's not. He doesn't want to perjure himself, and I think he's doing a good job at it. But don't tell me you're the pilot for Jeffrey Epstein for 20 years
doing.
And you don't know nothing.
Yeah.
No.
And you don't know nothing.
They know what they're doing. Think about it.
Yeah, he knows.
Would you expect that pilot to know every face and every kid? But you would definitely expect him to know every celebrity and every president. Whatever. That's all they're doing. They're like, okay. We're gonna put these faces here. We'll place these kids and we'll place these other kids there later.
Yeah.
We're gonna make sure that we know for sure that these other people were there though.
Okay, at least, right? And that's the thing. Placing the celebrities, placing the powerful people there is actually leads me to my next point because an official U.S. government court document has been shared all over social media, leading to rumors that nearly 40 defendants, including large companies, celebrities, and public figures, are co-conspirators in Ghislaine Maxwell's case, in her federal case. A Southern District of New York court filing was posted on Twitter and other social media platforms, including Facebook, both as a PDF file and a series of screenshots featuring a list of defendants, quote unquote, that include, amongst others, Ghislaine Maxwell, Harvey Weinstein, Beyonce Knowles, Rockefeller, Young Money,
Disney, right?
Disney, Kanye West, Sony. So huge names. And it shows that they're co-conspirators in the sex trafficking case.
Illuminati much?
Right? Yeah, we talked about secret societies, Illuminati. You hear about all these things, and this stuff makes you think.
It
right?
does make you think.
Well, we did some research because of course, the natural instinct is to read the headline and run with it, right?
Right.
But we, the responsible folks here on the podcast web
yourself,
show,
bitches.
have
exactly.
we do our research. And according to Newsweek, at least, this has been debunked. The reason why is because it's actually an old document. This is an example of false context, according to Newsweek content. A type of disinformation that involves a deliberate misrepresentation of a genuine piece of information to drive false or misleading narrative. So it's the case 1:20 CV07102-UA using Pace Monitor. It's whatever. Anyway, this case, it was a case called Latham et al. Versus the 1953 Trust et al. Totally messed that up. Anyway, this was a civil case that was goes back to 2020, back in August. It was filed by a plaintiff, Charlene Latham. And it does indeed list 38 individuals from the list, including the Maxwell as defendants. But the records state that the case was dismissed as frivolous by a judge on September 24, 2020. So the news media previously reported that there was over a dozen cases filed against Epstein in various states over the years that were frivolous, fake. People found out what was going on. They said, "Oh shit, I can make a quick buck off this. Let me get in there. Let me throw in some big names. Who knows?" Now, of course, this is pretty crazy. The case did perpetuate or at least accuse them of bugging, watching, surveillance, sex trafficking, abuse, what do they call it? Stalking, all kinds of stuff. But the judge that looked it up saw no merit. So somebody screenshot that, put it on Twitter. A bunch of people started commenting. The peanut gallery went and started saying, "Oh, nice job. Look at this. Look at that." Yeah. So you got to be careful.
It's a little bit of fake news, pretty much, right?
Bit, yeah.
It's taken out of context. You put Ghislaine Maxwell on that list, and now, what's happening to Ghislaine Maxwell? The trial. This must be connected.
Beyonce, Kanye, what? Say it ain't so.
Headlines, clickbaits. We're talking about it. It works, right? You got to be careful with your shit, with your headlines. I'll say this though: where there's smoke, there's fire. For somebody to decide to go and put legal paperwork against all that list,
somebody just trying to get clicks. Yeah. What do you think, Big Ace?
I don't know. I like to think of this.
Not necessarily though. If you know what I mean, like you said, if it's frivolous, it's just people throwing shit at the wall to see if they can get it to stick. Man, fuck those people.
Yeah. So this document.
Do you ever think that some cases that are dismissed as frivolous are have any merit? Do you think that's possible, or do you think that this, I don't know the real details, but I'm just saying it's like, do you know that there's any way that there could be some?
Yeah, you not enough evidence. Like, you can say this happened, but you don't have anything to present. You're not gonna get a case.
The article doesn't say why the judge called it frivolous, but I guess he said no. Look, it says the case has upcoming and this trial along with this has fueled conspiracies, including QAnon narratives and child, that whole
classic
child sex trafficking stuff.
Classic.
So.
Again, as far as Ghislaine Maxwell and this trial, I'm glad it's happening. I know that she's tried to get out of jail several times now, try to get bail.
Claiming abuse.
Claiming all abuse.
All
You've seen the pictures.
Stuff, yeah.
I know it's all bullshit. So she's trying to cover her ass. I think that ultimately when push comes to shove, she will try to save her ass and talk. She might not do it in this case because it's a federal case against her for sex trafficking. I don't know if she's gonna take the stand and say, Bill Clinton. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I think she is going to be self-preservation is going to take over, and she is going to say she has to. It wasn't just Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein alone did not do this for 20 years.
Some people saw it and was there. Yeah.
Don't bullshit me. I need
Cash.
people in jail for this shit, man.
So I don't know how deep you guys have ever gone into this story at all. Like, do you guys know who Ghislaine Maxwell's dad is?
Yeah, like a disgraced media mogul, something like that for in the years, like or he somewhere.
It was somebody famous,
he was someone
right?
famous, and it was disgraced.
Rich, yeah. He died.
You guys are crazy. No, he was fucking the Israeli fucking like special forces defense fucking people. Like,
so yeah, he was famous, right, for that. But then he got in trouble, right? I heard he got like he fell into.
This is what they did though. They've Israel, whenever they were founded, they had their secret service, basically version of their secret service would go out, and the CIA or whatever, like their version of that would go out and they would find people and they would purposefully put them in situations where they were either gay or fucking children or something like that. They would take pictures of it, videos of it, and they would blackmail them. Yeah. And then so the whole thing is they think that she taught her, or like her dad taught her how to do this, and then she wrote Epstein into this whole thing, and Epstein's a CIA agent, and that's the fucking.
So she's the mastermind in a sense.
But this is like governments both doing this. So like he was the CIA part of it, she was the fucking Israel side of it. And then, like, dude, but here's the other part too.
So maybe there's some juice there. So the CIA, if you get caught, we will disavow everything.
So just trying to get dirt on all these rich people.
And so maybe
I've seen this movie before.
Got caught up,
and so they would own all the politicians. That's why they have all these. They have Trump. They have freaking Bill Clinton.
Just Ghislaine just misstepped and just got caught up.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe she was involved. Maybe she wasn't. They look pretty fit. Like these people could do some shit. They were both very, from what I heard, very, what's the word? Charismatic and good on their feet. Anyway, very smart. Listen, we got to run. We got to get to it.
One last thing, though. Like, for the pilot to say he didn't know what was going on, like, literally, it's called Lolita's Express, right?
Yes.
Lolita is from a book called Vladimir Nabokov's book Lolita, which portrays the narrator's sexual obsession with and victimization of a 12-year-old girl named Dolores. So, like, literally,
12-year-old Express here.
And so you're talking about, so it's like, and it's called Lolita. Literally means it's an English language term, defining a young girl.
Exactly.
Yes, it is named that.
Yeah, like he didn't name it that. It was named that by the media, but he knew that. He knew it was named that for a reason. Why are you still working for this guy?
I thought he named that.
No, he definitely did not. No.
Okay.
But
I thought it was like naming your boat.
No, no. But you know what, Epstein, and there you go. That's how false information gets disseminated. The media, they pull the strings to make us believe certain things. But I mean, Jeffrey Epstein did put the kids through college and put them on over 50 acres. So there's some loyalty there.
Yeah, he's keeping his mouth shut.
We're way behind. We got to run. We appreciate you guys watching. Is it a conspiracy? Is it CIA? Do the searching yourself. That's what we're all about here. We're free thinkers here on the pod. Let us know what you think. We appreciate you. Till next Wednesday.
Peace, y'all.
See ya.
See you guys.
Peace.
Yep.